So, this is my Cumbria Way. 70-mile walk right through the heart of the Lake District, starting down in Ulverston and heading all the way up to Carlisle. It's a route that takes you through some of the best scenery in the UK. Mountains, valleys, forests and lakes, pretty much everything. I'll be walking it step by step, and this time in aid of Maggie's cancer charity here in the UK, sharing the journey as it really happened. So come along and let's see what the Cumbria Way has in store.
Good morning. I'm here at the Gill, and this sculpture marks the start of the Cumbria Way. Hoping to do this over 5 days, and this time, this multi-day hike, I'm doing for charity. I'm doing it for Maggie's cancer charity. Hope to raise few £100 on behalf of the charity. So Cumbria Way, roughly 73 miles. I'm hoping to do over 5 days, starting from here in Ulverston. Today's aim is to get to the YHA at Coniston. It's about 15 miles. It's about 7:30 at the moment. My aim, take it steady, get there for late afternoon, around about 4 o'clock, all being well. From reading, the first part of this walk is pretty slow and hard going underfoot. You can't get much speed up, but the second part, as you drop down to Coniston, down to the lake itself, it's flat, a bit better underfoot, and it's easier to get a pace on. So hopefully see where we get to by lunchtime and then crack on in the afternoon. Now, I travelled to Ulverston yesterday by train, but the start of the walk is here, basically in a car park. So anybody who's looking to do this walk, you could park here and then once you get to Carlisle get the train back, but at the moment there are no direct services. So yeah, once you get to Carlisle you would have to, I think, travel down to Lancaster and change at Lancaster to get back to Ulverston. And literally just as you leave the metal sculpture there's this plaque just slightly up from the car park. So I think this was probably the original start of the Cumbria Way before they put the sculpture in place, and it looks like this is actually the Gill. We've got river coming through Ulverston. So, change of route. My GPX file takes me that way, but the new route is this way. So, yeah, I'll follow the new path. And I'm back on the original footpath. Diversion takes you round back onto the road and avoiding the farm. Then you come back off the road, around the back of the farm, onto the footpath, and on we go. Just smell the wild garlic. Well, you would if the camera was able to pick it up. Oh. and Ulverston's down there, and that is the Morecambe Bay coastline, the Irish Sea. So, about 5.5 miles in, doing okay for time at the moment. It is 10:15. So yeah, add on the mile that I also did having to get from the hotel to the start, a bit further away than I thought it was going to be. But yeah, doing okay so far. Just come across an honesty box, so I got a can Apple Tango. I had that for years. That's one thing I do notice about these honesty boxes. They seem to have a strange variety of drinks. But yeah, I had that and a dairy milk. I had porridge for my breakfast this morning. And doesn't seem to have filled me up, so I thought I'd treat myself to a dairy milk. I do like picking bits up from honesty boxes along the route, putting a few pound in, all goes towards the local community, and it just saves having to carry all the snacks and things yourself all the way. So yeah, and I'm hoping that a couple of miles and we'll be into sort of like the lakes proper. There's quite a bit of low cloud at the moment, quite a lot of dark, horrible cloud at the moment, but it is fairly warm. So yeah, hoping that be able to crack on, that don't have too much rain if it does come. It does feel like it's coming, and be able to keep the pace up. Because I do know we hit Coniston, and it is quite a few miles then around Coniston to get to Coniston itself and the YHA. So can't be too far until we do hit the lakes, but with the cloud it's hard to see the mountains in the distance, not getting much of a view, but the places walking through so far it's been mainly farmers' fields, so I've not done loads of recording, but yeah, see how it goes for the rest of the trip. Hopefully get onto some nice lakeland scenery before too much longer and out of some of these farmers' fields. It's a bit more like being in the Dales, to be honest, this first section, rather than the Lake District. But I like the Dales. Not sure if the GoPro will pick up. You see the mountains now. Oh, bits of them. Cloud's pretty low. And it's not too hot, it's not too cold. Got my fleece on still. I've been debating whether to take it off, but every now and again there's just a sharp breeze. I think it might just be a bit too cool to take it off for now. But if the sun comes out, it'll definitely be off. Bull. We'll see. Is there going to be a bull, or is it bull? Can't say I've ever had any trouble with bulls. even when I've been through fields. Oh well, we'll see. This is starting to look a lot more like the Lake District. I think I'm about half a mile from Beacon Tarn. Stop there, have some lunch. That's about the halfway point for today. It's only about 11:15 at the moment, so not doing bad. There's a bit of blue sky poking through as well, so hopefully that'll continue. We get a bit of sun out and the cloud lift a bit more. So I think I'm heading down, then up and over straight in front of me to get to the tarn. It's been slightly further than I thought it was going to be, because I'm well past halfway for today now. I thought I'd have reached it by now, but yeah, looking at the map, it's somewhere just the other side of that ridge. So well, another probably 20 minutes. Yeah, I thought I'd have been there by now, but no, it's further away than I thought. And here we go, at last, the tarn. Can you class it as a lake? My first lake of the walk. Oh, so nice to see that. Oh. We've got about 6 miles left to do today, and from here on in it's down to Coniston Lake before walking along the side of the lake for most of the way. Oh. And it's a bit muddy underfoot. Don't know if the camera's picking up the squelches as I'm walking along. See the mountains hidden in the cloud in the background. Come up from the tarn now. See the mountains. I've got this peak to go over. And then I should hopefully be able to see Coniston. First proper lake of the walk. This is why I like to come out hiking. The streams and the rivers, the water cascading down. And we have our first glimpse, and it looks like it's the coal-powered steamer just gone past, of Coniston. It's just down there through the trees. I've had to take my fleece off. It is roasting this afternoon. Was not forecast, but can't complain. Does mean that you get through your water quicker though, so I might have to filter some off at some point. but I think I should have just about enough to get me to Coniston. And when I get there, a nice cold drink and maybe an ice cream. Don't know what's happened to the jetty, but this is one that you see on nearly every YouTube video. Not going to stop, we're going to push on. Hopefully make up a bit of time. If we can keep going for about another 20 minutes, half an hour, might have a break then, some water. So I've come off the path down onto the actual shore. Bit cooler, a little bit of a breeze, bit of shade at this side. Just going to stop now for some water and some jelly babies. All this area now that I've come into says National Trust. I don't think I can be too far from Coniston itself, probably about a mile. Lots of families and that around here. The big car park, playing fields. As long as you don't mind sharing them with the sheep and the lambs. And there's water sports going off as well in the lake. Okay, I'm going to plod on now. Not going to do any filming now until I get to Coniston itself. So here we are, coming into Coniston itself. Now time to find the YHA where we're camping tonight. Looks like they're putting a new children's parking. Yet to be finished. And the old one, yeah, still up this end of the field. Right, let's find the YHA. And I'm here, the YHA. All checked in. Toilets, shower are over there. And the tent, well, we'll go here. Go here, I think. Gonna have a drink and then get the tent up. Benches so we can actually sit at the bench to do some cooking, as it's fine. The kitchen inside, apparently they've got problems with the gas, so it's hit and miss whether or not you can actually cook inside, so just going to use the stove and stay out here. Well, it's a bit dark. See if we can get. Oh, there we go. We have light. Well, I've had some food, I've had a drink, and I'm in my tent. And this is going to be the first night I've slept in the Langdale 2 Pro. I did put it up before coming away, but this is the first time I'll have slept in it. So let's see how we are in the morning. It's about, time we on? 9:20. Time for some sleep. Get up early. I'm going to have a wander into the YHA so I can boil the kettle in the morning, make some porridge and top up water. Hope you've enjoyed today's walk. See you tomorrow. Morning. It's day 2 of the Cumbria Way, and it's a very different outlook today compared to yesterday. Just hear that rain on the tent. I'm going to get up, I'm going to go inside, make my breakfast, fill my water bottles, then come back and get the tent down. It's only just turned 6 o'clock, so still going to get an early start today. I do hope the rain's not set in for the day, but it started about 10 o'clock last night. I don't think it's stopped since, so it's going to be very wet out. Great. And there we go. Leave no trace. Everything's back in my rucksack, washed up. I'm going to head off now from the YHA, back on the footpath, and heading out today through the Langdales, heading for the National Trust campsite, which I believe take walk-ups for one night. Trying to book, tried to charge you for 2 nights, which I'm definitely not doing. Comes to it, all wild camp, but let's see how we get on. And straight away this morning, out of Coniston, the YHA is on the edge, the campsite down there though. So I've not had to go through the middle of Coniston itself to get back on the track. An interesting building coming up. If I get closer and it's interesting, I might take a few pictures. Looks like a sheep pen, but there's benches on the other side. There's what looks like crosses, so it looked a little like a religious building. Don't know. Strange. And off we go. Up. Look at the view this morning. It's not raining at the moment, but yeah, the forecast isn't good. Quite a bit of low cloud, but hopefully don't have too much today. If it does start raining heavy, I'll not be able to film as much. It'll just become a blur. Just past a couple of wild campers, as though they just got up brushing their teeth outside the tent. Well, technically it's illegal, and it's sort of frowned upon. People tend to get away with it in the Lake District as long as they're sensible. Camping off track, leave no trace. You know, they're not causing any harm to anything. Then people tend to get away with it. So I'll see how I get on later. And there is a campsite that I'm heading towards today. It's a National Trust campsite, but if I feel like it, I might push on past it. Make tomorrow slightly shorter, or if the weather's bad, I might stay there anyway. I am hoping that it's supposed to be fine around 4 o'clock and into the evening, so if the weather forecast's right, yeah, shall I stay on the campsite? It's only myself walking today. Not got anybody with me, so good well camp, but tempted by the showers. The showers at the YHA for camping weren't great. It's basically a shower in a wooden hut. You could go inside and use the facilities in there. I used them this morning for making breakfast. so I wasn't using my stove and my own gas. Yeah, last night there was a composting toilet and shower in wooden hut. So yeah, I gave the shower a miss. Didn't look great. But tonight it's supposed to be quite good. If I get to the campsite, it's supposed to be quite a good shop as well. So I have got food, but if I eat that tonight, I'll probably need to restock at Keswick and pick up a few bits. So we'll see. I do prefer to carry a bit of food rather than running out. I'll not run out, but yeah, I won't have as many meals and choice. But let's see how the day goes. Hopefully shouldn't be too bad. Let's crack on while it's fine, and hopefully make some progress. Look at all these. One of the things in the guidebook does say that April and May, one of the best months to do this walk because of all the flowers, all the springtime flowers. And just look, they're everywhere. This little fella doesn't look very old. There's quite a few lambs in the field. What I've noticed, there's a lot of black lambs, but not a lot of black sheep. Just about at the top of today's ascent, we've come across this National Trust place. I don't know if there's any refreshments here, but there's a bench, so at least I can stop and have some water and a bit more breakfast. And there is indeed a cafe. So time for a 10-minute break, some refreshment. I'll take my waterproof off because it's boiling and it's not actually rained yet. See what they got. Well, that was a nice break. Not too long, otherwise the joints start to stiffen up. But yeah, we've got another lake. I think this might be man-made reservoir. I'll have to have a look in the book later. But footpath seems to come this way. Not recorded anything for at least an hour. Just been plodding on, and then it started to rain. I've just been coming through some wooded area. I think I'll join back up with the road shortly. This looks like a newish gate. Sound of the countryside, running water. Right, plod on. Hopefully the rain will ease off completely and I can turn my waterproof back off because I am sweltering. Look at this, an honesty calf. Just as I was thinking I could do with a water break. Oh, I shall definitely park myself here, have a can. I'm not sure if I'll have any food, but yeah, let's have a break. This is great. Look at this. Well, that was nice. Sat inside out the rain and wind for a bit. Halfway through today now, so hopefully push on. hopefully no more rain. Down now in the valley. Footpath's not too bad at the minute, so I'm going to try and get a couple of miles in quite quickly. But I think we just make our way down the valley now for the rest of today, following the river for a good part of it. Just been a bit careful filming because there's a number of Duke of Edinburgh groups, and trying not to get any of them on film. At last I found my first boulder to sit on of the walk. Yeah, off the ground, it's dry, dry for the moment anyway, because it looks as though it's going to rain again. I hope not, but got about 3 miles left to do today. So I'm just going to have 5-10 minutes here, have some water, and then crack on. If the campsite's full, I'll push on for another mile or two, but we'll see if I can get on. So there is a campsite here, but I've not quite got as far as I'd hoped today, and still quite early, only about 2 o'clock, so I'm going to keep going for a little bit longer. There's no phone signal here either, so there's not much point finishing early so that I can watch the football. Look at the views though, see the cloud on the top of the mountains. Oh. Beautiful, even in this weather. And I think it's up between there that I'm heading, so just following the valley round. About 1.5 miles, 2 miles. Let's see how we get on. Oh, look at that view. Probably about 1 mile from the campsite. This footpath isn't great. You can't get any pace. I'm just scrambling in sections. There'll be a car park, maybe a pub down there. Right, crack on, get to this campsite. And I'm in. There's no signal to phone home. Not going to be able to watch the football, but I'm in. I've got a spot. I'm going to put the tent up here, and but first I've got an ice cream and a drink, and that's me done for today. Time to relax. Just check the phone. What does it say? 11.57 miles. Not bad going. Yeah. Right. I might do another video in a bit once I got the tent up, but for now, see you later. Morning, and it's day 3 of the Cumbria Way. no rain this morning, as yet, or during the night. But for the last hour, it's been constant birds squawking. I'm sure during the night it was owls constantly at one point. Yeah. Gonna get up, have some breakfast, then get packed. It's only 20 to 6 at the minute, so I'm gonna have to be quiet. All packed up. Still very quiet. Only got 7:30. I'm gonna fill my water up now before making a start on the Cumbrian Way. We've just got a short distance to get back onto the main track. Oh, it's been a real busy start. There's been quite a lot of people heading out this morning at similar time to myself, so I've had to wait a bit before I've been able to film anything, so as not to get anybody else in shot. Sheep don't count. Can hear them. Could hear them during the night. They were constant. But yeah, I'm on my way. I'm back on the main path. First sort of main part of today is to go up and into Borrowdale. It should be interesting because at the minute there's low cloud on the tops of all the hills, so hopefully, I think it's about a mile before I start to ascend now. Hopefully by the time I get there it'll have lifted a bit, and that's where I'm heading, up and over that. Can't see any footpaths at this distance, but yeah. Can't see the top either with the cloud. Oh, beautiful and quiet though, except for the sheep. Oh. Still no sign of a footpath going up, but I think it's into that gap where there's the water's coming down, so just about here, waterfall. I think it's somewhere along there. I can't see any other walkers or anybody climbing up. If it wasn't so early and a long way to go still today, tempting to go for a paddle. It's the path going up there. I've seen people going up there. Let's see if there's a fork in the path. I'm about halfway up. I had to stop, take a layer off. It got really warm. Yeah, there was a turning to the right. Yeah, I don't know if you can see. About halfway up. The footpath is the other way. Carries on towards Carlisle. So I'm glad I didn't get it wrong. Yeah. Just having a quick breakfast bar as well before setting on. And I'm up. And this is Snake Pass. Whew. I am knackered. Didn't really have a good night's sleep. Woke up quite a few times. Not that it was noisy, but you could hear quite a lot of birds and that during the night. But I just couldn't get comfortable. My hips were aching. My right foot aches, even aches now. It had worn off until coming up over there. But yeah, hello, I'm here. Yeah, now I'm up there. I'm going to take 5 minutes, have a breather before continuing on, because I ache. Oh well.
Straight down the valley then, isn't it? Straight down through Albert Eby. Yeah. They're used to it now, but they're not used to first say, they say, where you been to take that?
Coming down now from Snake Pass. We've got the waterfalls. Look at that. Beautiful. But I do need to crack on. My pace so far today has been terrible. Just about down now. I think I have to cross the bridge, I'm not too sure, I need to check. So I've seen one group of walkers continuing on this side, but as long as we're following the valley, shouldn't be able to get too lost. I've just come to almost the end of this valley section now, and then we swing round to the left. Stonethwaite. Yeah, we should be joining the coast to coast shortly, where the paths meet, well, cross over very shortly. It's around Stonethwaite, Rosthwaite area. There are a lot more people around now as well. I think starting to get closer. But it's warm. It's very warm. But there's a fence between me and that river, and I could do with filtering some water off because one of my bottles is empty. Been drinking quite a lot today compared to yesterday. Still have some left, but yeah, I've got about half a bottle left. But first chance I get, I'm going to filter some off, and yeah, I'm hoping that there was, I think, if I remember rightly, a pub in Stonethwaite, so I might stop off for a pint of Coke or something. If I don't get a chance to refill my water before then, see if I can get it filled up at the pub. Wow, I'm just enjoying some sun. I've been online and I've managed to get myself a place at YHA Borrowdale for the night and have some comfort after a bit of a sleepless night last night, to be honest. Having said that, the sun's just gone behind a cloud and it's gone a bit cooler, but I can't check in for another 2 hours. But there's a bar and they do food, so it's about 40 minutes from here, so probably going to spend an hour here relaxing and doing very little, and then head into the YHA, and I'm fancying a beer and a pizza. I've just had a bit of a fall, and I must say it hurt quite a bit. I slipped on a log. My own fault, not paying attention, walking along as you do on relatively flat, and yeah, there was a log, the footpath, and I've stepped on it and I've ended up somehow I've twisted round and landed on my pack, and I felt like a bloody turtle upside down that can't right itself. Oh, luckily there was no one around to laugh, also no one around to help me up, but I've just taken 5-10 minutes to check myself out. I didn't land on my knees with going round, but I did sort of put my hand down, and at first I thought I'd hurt my hand, but I don't seem to have any cuts and bruises. I seem to have come off okay. I just hope nothing in the pack's been damaged. Most of it's soft stuff anyway, there's nothing really that's breakable, but I'll have a look when I get to the YHA, which isn't far away. Oh, I'm glad I'm staying there now tonight after that. Oh, that aches a bit. And this should be coming up the YHA. Rothwaite, I think it's called, and the village. I know I spoke to a few people today that were staying in the village. There's a couple of hotels, pubs, inns, etc. So it is quite popular. It's also popular for the coast to coast. So I stayed at the YHA last year. Lambs in the field. There's loads of them. Right, push on because I'm about 5 minutes from the YHA and I think I deserve a good drink. So, thinking about it, this YHA is quite popular with schools. Quite often get children there, so I'm going to wrap the video here for today before I get into the YHA itself. I'm what, 5 minutes from the YHA, so it's not like I'm missing something out. Maybe if there's an opportunity to film, take some pictures, I will do, but for now it's the end of day 3. Push on then, day 4. Got quite a long day tomorrow, so having a bed for the night will feel quite nice. Alright, see you tomorrow. Morning. Just come out of the youth hostel. I'm on my way. It's just gone 7:30. One of the things I've spotted, hopefully you'll be able to see on camera, one of the new signposts for the coast to coast path. As I said yesterday, we do cross the coast to coast path here. Yeah, brings back some memories from last year, but I need to get going this morning. I'm a bit behind what I'd scheduled, so I need to get to Keswick, so I'm going to motor on. I need to follow the road to get back on the footpath, because the youth hostel's just off the Cumbria Way. The river just outside the youth hostel. back on the road. The cloud's not as low this morning as it was yesterday, so hopefully stay like that. Well, there's a patch over there covering the top of that, but otherwise not too bad. Right, I'm going to get my head down, pile on to Keswick. Might not film much between here and there, so I do need to make up time. So I'm in Keswick. It's quite busy. There's a co-op and a few other places. But we've had a bit of rain this morning on the way here. Just need to now get my bearings for heading out of the town centre. Once I've had some breakfast. Did find a shop, so I managed to pick up a few bits for today. But yeah, could do with something else to eat before I head off out. I was just saying to myself, I'd lost all the signs. There was nothing coming through the town centre, and I just spotted this on a lamppost. Right. So I'm all refreshed. It's gone 10 o'clock and I've got 14 miles to go today. I'm going to go over the highest point on the Cumbria Way. So I'm going to crack on. Every so often feel a bit of rain in the air. I think it's going to come, but I hope not. I'm going to push on for a bit while it's not raining. See how we get on. Rather than have to put the waterproofs on, but I think I might have to. Well, there's not been any more signs for Cumbria Way, but Skiddaw is where we're heading. And it looks like this is where we start to ascend. I think the first 3/4 of today are an ascent, and then the last part, so all downhill. Downhill towards the campsite for tonight, and then tomorrow is pretty flat. So yeah, see how we get on. It's supposed to be fairly, the ascent's supposed to be fairly gradual compared to some ascents. It's not a steep ascent as such. It's sort of like gradual, 10 probably 10 miles. Before we get to the highest peak today. Well, the highest peak of the entire walk. There we go. So down there, I think it's the A66 that's taking traffic deeper into the Lake District. And this is really the last we get to see the Lake District, because today we head out of it. Yeah, once we get over the top and down, that's it. That's the end of the national park. I'm debating whether to put my waterproof on still, because it's like a wet haze, but I'm absolutely roasting, so I'm holding off for the moment, but I might have to take my fleece off and put my coat on soon before I get too wet. So the wood I've been coming through, there's been quite a bit of logging. You can really smell the wood. I think I've come out of the forest now though. The woods. Yeah. So down there you can see Keswick and Derwentwater. And back that way somewhere is where we've come from. across the Lake District. And we continue up what has so far been slightly steeper than it looked on the map. But we keep going, as always. Bit of light relief onto the flat now for a bit before the next chunk of ascent. Oh, it's very nice round here. Very peaceful. Except for my heavy breathing having come up that hill. I'm going to stop shortly to change my layers and have some water. I'm not sure if the camera can pick up the sound of the running water down there in the valley. We'll cross over the stream shortly, get a better view. A gradual downhill section for a change, but it's all uphill then. The other side. This is what I like to see. I've got plenty of water at the minute though, so I don't need to filter any here. Otherwise this had been a perfect spot. If anything, I'm carrying slightly too much, so I did pick up a couple of drinks in Keswick. In the distance there, you see the footpath I've taken last 20 minutes or so. The sun's coming out, it's definitely getting warmer, apart from still a strong breeze. Don't know if the camera will pick that up, but it's tempting to take the fleece off, but I've just got this feeling it'll be too chilly, but we'll see. Not coming across a nice spot to have a sit down for 5 minutes anyway to change my layers and have a drink. Keep hoping there's going to be something around the next corner, nice big stone or something to sit on, because all this grass is rather uneven and heather, and the sheep have been at it as well. Though I must say, the trousers do smell a bit sheepy at the minute. I think it's just one of those things on multi-day hikes. You start to smell like a sheep. I've got some fresh clothes though for tomorrow for the last day. It's steep down there. I've not done much filming today. I've just been motoring on. I think that building up there is Skiddaw House. The YHA hostel. I think there is a honesty box as well somewhere around there. Oh, this is nice. I'd love to be able to just stop for a bit and dip my feet. Right, so this is Skiddaw House, YHA, one of the remotest youth hostels in the country. Let's go see if it's open, have a drink before cracking on. Ooh. Saying that, where is the way in? Must be up the top here. Oh. the footpath continues on that way. Yeah, there's a gate up here. Didn't want to film inside. There was somebody in there using the place, but there's an honesty kitchen where you could make teas and coffees. Also toilets, which I quickly nipped to because there's nothing from here on in. So yeah, really nice sort of place for a quick stop off. Top up your water if need be. Oh, there we go. Having to lift the gate up. Yeah, so on we go. If I turn the camera around, it's that way. Downhill for a bit before heading back up. I think the footpath goes that way somewhere. Right. Time to crack on. Need to get some miles done. Not been bad pace for today so far. Oh. Helps if I pay attention, not just to the filming. Yeah, not done too bad for pace today. It's going to be late afternoon by the time I get to camp at this rate. But I've got a spot booked, prepaid online. So yeah, I don't have to worry about that tonight. Right, see you in a bit. It's a good job I just checked. It's that way. Nearly set off in completely the wrong direction. I mean, come out of Skiddaw House. It's the highest hostel in Britain, according to the sign over there. Yeah, so that way. I'm not sure it looks any better. Right, off we go. So I'm not quite sure what that is. I wonder if it was some sort of sheep pen or something. So otherwise, who would build a circle like that? You could have only thought it'd been the farmers, because there are sheep around. They tend to just wander. I'm going to have a look when I get back, or maybe tonight in the guide. But I'm making good time at the moment, so yeah, don't want to really stop to have to have a look to see what it is. Looks like the perfect wild camping spot though. I'm sure it has been used for that. Right, on we go. So the last ascent of this walk starts, I think it's just around that corner, and then you start heading up. Way up there somewhere. So I'm gonna see some grassy bit just coming up here, and I'm gonna have 5-10 minute break, have something to eat, take on some water. I'm not actually had a stop since Skiddaw House, so yeah, probably about time. should stop more often and drink more water. That's where I've come from. Yeah. Got some Haribo. The happy world of Haribo. It's alright. They didn't have any jelly babies. So here we've got a remarkable mine. So from here they used to extract lead, arsenic and tungsten. What I don't get is who found those in the first place in the middle of nowhere? Who thought, oh, I'll go and go up this mountain and dig a mine? But there's bits left over. I'm not quite sure when it closed. Stopped mining in 1981. Ah, so it's more recent. Okay. Well, like most of these things, I haven't got time to stop and admire everything. I've got to continue up that path. I've got to head up to the top. Better crack on. The footpath's over there. Got to cross over here, which is going to be the easiest part. Guessing here. Right, I'm going to turn the camera off to get across anyway. I bet there's no honesty box in there. Oh God, I am knackered. When I crossed the stream, I was going the wrong way. I was quite a way out. Somehow I managed to miss a right turning. Oh. Thingy hut. Oh dear. You know what? I'm gonna have a sit down for 5 and have some water. Let's have a look inside. Oh, there's no idea. Right. Water. 5 minutes. Still not to the top. It's over there. You can see people on the top now. Oh, it's like a TV mast or something in that direction. I think those mountains in the distance are actually in Scotland. I might be wrong. There's another mast over that way as well. I'm gonna have to press on though because it is getting late. I'm well behind and I've been struggling the last hour. Right, let's see how we get on. I've got about 3 miles left to do. Eventually, at the top. Oh. Oh. I am knackered. I'm going to sleep tonight. Hey. And it's that way. Yeah, and those hills in the background are definitely Scottish. It's all downhill from here, and I've got a campsite to get to, and I've still got a few miles to do. Somewhere, Carlisle, I think, is over there, so yeah, that's where I'm finishing tomorrow. Right, I need to crack on. Coming down the road now. And this is it, in front of us, Caldbeck. Just need to find the campsite. Oh. And I need a good drink as well. Hope you can see this. It's about 10 past 10. End of day 4. Been up to the pub. Eventful day, tiring day. Got a chicken tikka balti, some sorbet and a few drinks up at the pub. Doesn't seem to be any shops or anything else in the village, but it was very nice. I've set my alarm for early in the morning, last day tomorrow, and yeah, hopefully get a decent start and get to Carlisle. That's it for day 4. See you later. Morning. It's day 5 of the Cumbria Way. It's just gone 6 and I'm going to get up, have a shower and then get the tent and everything down. We do walk through a few places today, so I'm going to get some breakfast en route. Yeah, just want to get going really. So I'm all packed up, just making my way off the campsite quietly. There are still a couple of tents. I think most people have left, but yeah, just being a bit considerate. The actual campsite is actually on the footpath, so you leave the campsite and make your way through some woods. Yeah. The river down there. Didn't really look at that last night, but yeah, I want to crack on. It's only just gone 7:30 and I want to get to the first village of today, hopefully pick up a drink or something, snack. Still got a few, but it'd be nice to have something that's not been squished in the bag. See how we get on. Touch. We have a sign, a rarity. Thought they'd run out of them. Just been coming up through the woods. A little uneven, but not too bad. Now across the fields. Yeah, yesterday there was a distinct lack of signs anywhere en route for the Cumbrian Way. Don't envisage there being too many today because you're sauntering into Carlisle. That's going to be well signposted. Whether the actual Cumbria Way is, I doubt it very much, but we'll see. It's a little cool at the moment, bit of a breeze, but it's quite nice. It's not too bad for walking. It's not too warm. Sun's not glaring down. So I'm gonna crack on, see if I can up my pace a little, because I think I've been a bit too slow so far this morning coming through those woods. More woods. More woods. And the river. I just think it's this for quite a while now. Just dreaming of a nice cup of tea. That looks just right for a water break and a rest on the stone for 5 minutes. Oh, just come out of those woods. I'm thinking that it's field for the next half a mile until the first village of the day. Oh, beautiful sight. I've just come from over there. Place serving cream teas, but they're not open yet. They also had a plant sale, but yeah, made it out onto the road. But I think I've got quite a turn off the road somewhere just around this corner, so not too much road walking so far today. Just a short distance on footpath and now back on a country lane. Hopefully speed things up a bit. I know it's not a march, but it'd be nice to get to Carlisle. Also, I'd like a shop. Just coming along this country lane and come across this church. Oh. St Mary's Church, Sedberg. Right, keep going. I'm about 4 miles in now. Still no shop, still no drink, so I'm gonna have a stop here, have some water. Oh, I hate these things. Right, so I'll sit down here on the wall, have some water before pushing on. Makes a change from cows or even bulls in a field. Well, I've not been filming much because it's just been field after field following the river. I think just come away from the river slightly now, but I'm not sure. Let's get the tree out of the way. Some sort of mansion building over there. Looks interesting, not sure what that is. Oh. But yeah, it's just been field upon field. Oh. I'm about a mile away from the nearest village. Get there, have a break, have a decent drink. So just walking through this field, a load of cows, but there looks to be a plaque. A bishop's palace. So this is the big stately home type thing up there. Rose Castle, seen from the Cumbrian Way. Okay, well, I believe I go up those steps and over the other side and continue following the river. So after a good 8 miles of fields, sheep, cows, and not much more else, finally civilization. So I've just been in for a pint of Coke and a packet of crisps, and yeah, heading now towards Carlisle for the last stretch. The sign across the road, 5 miles. Great, nearly there. The footpath seems to bring you into some old sort of factory. Strange. Not much life around, but the shutters are open, so it is still a working place. There's a co-op, and I think there's a bakery and a few other bits. This is Ulverston. About 4 miles from Carlisle. Unfortunately, they are cutting the grass. It's quite a lot. Railway tracks. I think that's the Cumbrian coastline from Carlisle. So if you're heading from Carlisle to St Bees, you'd go along there. The river's down there again. As I came out of Dalston, couldn't really film because there was a primary school and all the kids were outside, so I had to put my camera away briefly. I think probably about 3 miles from the outskirts of Carlisle now. Wow, the footpath's supposed to go that way. You can see where definitely used to be. And certainly according to my GPX file, you go that way. So yeah, I'm not going to climb over. Hopefully this is just a small diversion. First housing estate as we're coming now into Carlisle. I'm heading for the finish near the tourist information. Looks like a military establishment, if I can get my words out, or private school. Don't know. It's quiet, whatever it is. Well, the train station is somewhere over there, and I think this is definitely used to be a railway bridge. Now it's a walkway, but yeah, definitely looking at it, it's really been a railway bridge at some point. Alas, no more. We were nearly there, about half a mile. Now this bit does look familiar. I'm sure I've seen this before. And there we've got Carlisle Castle, which I've never visited. I believe it's English heritage, of which I am a member. Unfortunately, I don't have time to visit it today. Alright. Friendly young chap. And at last, and that's not copyrighted music, that's someone playing live in the square here. But yeah, Cumbria Way, the end. I've done it. Oh. Right, time for a drink and then the train home. See you on the next one.